Alright, we're going to be watching HitMyNuts, who's going to be playing Winston on Numbani. This is Diamond 1 on console. I firmly believe I'm in Elo Hell. It says Bell, but I assume you meant Hell. I'm a high Diamond console tank, and I can't escape the depths of Diamond 1. I think most people would not consider that depths. Here are the last 5 games I played. I picked the first one. Quite frankly, I believe my teammates are simply holding me back from ranking up due to their selfishness. That's a new one to me. And the fact that most console low rank supports tend to play Moira Lifeweaver. Wow, what? What a call out. And you don't have Moira Lifeweaver, by the way. I got blamed in a lot of these games, even though I believe it wasn't my fault. So, we have another player who feels like it is their teammates that are holding them back. And of course, they would win the games if their teammates were better. Blah 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 blah. And this is a pretty short game, so they're gonna fail to capture first, and they're gonna lose on defense. So I think this is a good opportunity to demonstrate a player who mechanically, or at least like in terms of like general reaction time, etc., like mechanics, is like getting up there, and you can see some like the Masters GM level skill, but they lack like that killer instinct and like higher level game sense that you get from a better player. Because remember, to get on a Diamond 1, you can't just play like a Diamond 1 player, you have to play like a Masters player, right? That's the whole point. If you play like a Diamond 1 player, you're just never going to get out because that is your correct rank. In order to rise above Diamond, you must have better skill. So I'm going to talk through this relatively short game and demonstrate how easily I could have won this. And not with any better mechanics, but better reads. And because there's like quite a few opportunities where you easily could have turned this around. Again, their team fails to capture the first point of Numbani. And you have so many opportunities to win this game, like straight up like win the fight. I mean, obviously they might have pushed back and captured the same way on defense, but at least got past first point. So you come out here, you're meleeing. You already see there's a sim and a doom right here, so nothing on top right at this moment in time. I would already be charging right click. The sim is exposed. If you land here, bubble off, right, body block the doorway, the sim dies, and then there's a pretty good chance, like a 75% chance of you winning the fight. So I already see this and think, okay, there's an opportunity for me here in 2 seconds. So I'm charging my right click and I'm waiting. Is that what you're doing? No, you're just meleeing. Okay, fine, whatever. This is all a waste of time that you're meleeing. But this suboptimal play, by the way, is what distinguishes you from better players. If you're like, oh, this isn't a big deal, it's a big deal. This is like stupid for you to be wasting your time right now instead of charging right click. Because you're definitely going to jump in, right? Like everyone's reading, this is a jump in opportunity, and you're looking for it. So you climb up here. I think it's okay to walk here and not jump right away. I think this is fine. So at this moment, I see the Doom is extremely low. I would have a max charge Tesla cannon right now. So 50 damage right now. I look at this lineup, and I've won the fight. Right? So I'm going to pause here and think, how would you win this fight right now? Right? And in particular, so let's look at the fact the Doom has no punch and has no block and only has slam. Okay? Because we saw him use punch right here. Right? So I saw him use block. Okay, he has no block. I saw him use punch. Now he has no punch and no block. At this moment in time, when I cross this corner, I have won the fight. So I'm going to give you like 5 seconds and think, how do I win the fight right now? Okay, so how do I win the fight? Just go deep, right? In this situation, I want to jump in. I want to land all the way as far in as I can, but it's kind of hard because of the doorway. But like you should land at least to here, hold jump right away, and you'll make it all the way to this doorway. Once you're in this doorway, you put down bubble, and anyone is in the room dies. Probably the sim gets away. Soldier and 50-50 shot that's just going to get away. Doom 100% cannot get away in this situation. The only thing you do is he can slam out. It is extremely unlikely he can slam past you faster than you can get in here. And once I body block him, without punch, without block, he dies. Once he dies, 90% chance of me winning this fight. All I got to do is get healed, and then the fight's over. So, this right there is your mistake. You do this short jump instead of going in deep, and as a result, you're not a credible threat. If I see this, and I'm the sim and the soldier, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not in danger at all, right? Does the soldier feel like she's in danger? Does she feel like, oh, I can die right now? She's not. She's not under any threat from you whatsoever. This is a bad jump. This is a diamond level jump. This is where you think, oh, this feels like a sort of an opportunity. I'm gonna, kind of go in like halfway, but I'm gonna play super safe. No, you had a huge opportunity to win the fight right now because the opposing team made a mistake. They made a big mistake of already being in this room, right, with the Doom super injured and the Doom having no cooldowns. If he has punch, can't pull this off. He just punches you out, right? Or he punched you in and then you die. Either way, right? But without punch, he's extremely vulnerable right now to being killed. But you don't have that read. This is why you are a diamond player. Like, stop blaming your teammates. This is why you are a diamond player. This one basic jump, 11 seconds into the game, is at GM level or even like mid-masters, this is a fight-winning move, right? Like right now, you jump in, fight is over. And then you won the first point because they're not going to be able to contest it without tank. That's the difference, right? Something that simple. In literally the first fight of the game, we can see how big the difference is between you and me as a GM Winston. So, I would say, number 2 here, this bubble gives you no value. And that is a common theme that you have, is you put bubbles down to put bubbles down, okay? You have, this is very common for like diamond level Winstons, whenever they jump in, they bubble. Why? Because when they didn't bubble, they died. So they've been conditioned to always dropping bubble when they jump. As you reach higher ranks, you realize you almost never want to drop bubble right away. You usually want to take some damage and then assess, do I really need to put the bubble down? Because if you don't, you might be able to save the bubble for your next jump, or use it to block a specific ability, or like any number of possible options. You don't need bubble right now. You have 439 health, you have 2 supports with you, and you have cover. There's only 3 heroes here, none of whom do a large amount of damage at range. You're completely safe right now. This is a bad bubble. Okay? So, I don't know why you drop down here. There's, like, where are you going? This is all inefficient. So, in this situation, you go in deep. Okay, great. This is good, right? This is fine. I mean, you're not gonna, might win the fight here, right? You actually probably could win the fight here, but this is all good, right? Like the right general jump, I think you didn't want to go quite so high, but that's like a micro adjustment. I don't think it's so important right here. And then you land to the right, which is bad. You should have landed in the doorway and then followed the soldier and sim out. Because if you're running through here, zapping 2 targets, they're going to die. Additionally, what you do is you run with them, put down bubble to block life reaver healing, and probably one of these 2 heroes is going to die in this situation. And then you just follow it through, burn, and probably one dies, and thus you probably win the fight. You have 4 health right now, you walk forward, you drop bubble. But you can't do that because you have no bubble, because you wasted the bubble. So even on the previous play, if you had not won it here, right, and use this bad bubble, not done the good jump here, you could, pretty good chance you win a fight. Like last fight, definitely win, like 90% plus you win that fight. This is like a 70% chance of winning the fight right now, which is still, these are like 2 of the best possible plays you have this entire game. And you miss both of them, right? Both of these reads, you simply are not skilled enough at this moment in your Overwatch career to be able to tell when you can win a fight. They'll get punched out, fine. You decide not to challenge top, that's fine, right? You're looking for a team, win to rotate. You lose your Widow. I think there's a legitimate case to maybe reset right now. If you want to go, I mean, it's going to be a tough go, but I think this is okay for me to go in here. I think I probably would have done something similar, if nothing else, than the bubble charge. So, I pop bubble right now. Does this bubble help me? Well, it's not blocking the Mercy healing. It's not blocking any other storm damage. The Sim's not even looking at me. This bubble does nothing. And this is a great example of you drop bubble every time you go in, right? Because you don't know better. You think every time I go in, I drop bubble. It's a good general rule. It works up until Diamond, but if you're going to Masters and GM, if you do this stuff, you're going to waste bubble all the time. You're going to lose games. If I throw one bad bubble a game, I think I'm going to lose the game. That's literally how tight the margin of error is at the highest ranks. So if you're going to sit around here complaining about teammates, start worrying about your own play and how many mistakes you're making. This bubble doesn't help you at all. Literally, the bubble literally does nothing. This is a 0 value bubble right now. And it's like such an easy read too, because I can tell when you go up here, okay, who's actually up here? Well, there's a Life Weaver, I know the Mercy's been in play, I can hear the Doom to the right, and the Sim's not looking at me. So at least, like, the Sim's is not going to do, like, 500 damage instantly. As soon as she starts beaming me, okay, then I can put down bubble if I want to, right? But, like, I'm full health right now, also I know my Lucius following me in, so, like, chip damage is not a problem. Like, this is a really, really bad read. Okay, so, right here, we go in, right? Zap, 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 zap. As mentioned, bubble is bad. You got 54 ammo right here. You're reloading right now, but there's a Sim here, right? There's a Sim here. There are turrets here. There's a Doom coming. Why are you reloading? What are you going to do right now? Like, I think that the Sim was potentially vulnerable here because you know your team's on either side. Or you don't. But you should, right? I know because I'm a better Winston than you are, right? That's the whole point here is and I'm not trying to say this to like brag about my Winston skills. I'm trying to say, like, look, again, if you're gonna frame a post like talking trash about your teammates, you better be really good, right? You better be like, look, it's not my fault, blah blah blah. No, like this, like again, you had so many fight-winning opportunities right now. Think about it. At this moment in time, the Sim is locked off from her team. There are no supports because you forced them down. The Doom is here, but your team is over here. If you just pressure the Sim, she dies. There's no way for her to get away. She dies here. Even a 1-on-1, she dies here. Right? It's you plus Lucio. You kill the Sim here. There's no way for the Sim to escape. Like, you block this doorway. She can't teleport out. She dies. This is an easy kill. Alright, you burn the Sim. Luckily, she dies here. Frankly, there's no reason for her to die because Lifeweaver and Mercy are there and could easily have saved her life. Yeah, I don't know, like, why the Lifeweaver used that pedal. The Mercy also could have healed, but that's fine, right? The thing is, other players make mistakes too, and you should take advantage of that, which you do in the scenario. Sim dies, okay, great. You jump, okay, good. You're going to interrupt the Mercy. So you could have, when you did that, you could have followed her down, which is actually what I would have done, because I have 4 seconds to bubble, and I'm at full health. So I'm not worried here about dying, right? You jump, and by the way, you should be doing a short jump here. I think you kind of do it. I think you could have landed closer to her instead of landing to the side, but not the biggest deal. At this moment in time, follow her down as she's falling. She's going to GA away, and then hopefully your jump will be ready any moment now, because her GA, did she just use it? No, she didn't use it to get up there. So at least you can follow down, force her somewhere else, and then do something. But 75 ammo right now. Doom comes up. Doom's not your problem. Don't worry about it. So you're looking. By the way, you're zapping right now for no reason. Look, 58 ammo. You've gone through a good chunk of your ammo right now for no reason. Right? You didn't really need that much ammo to zap the turrets. So you have half ammo right now for no particularly good reason. You're jumping for what I presume is the Sojourn. You look at the Mercy, but I think you're jumping the Sojourn. This should be a charged right click right now, by the way. But there's no way you could ever get the Mercy, right? When she's already in the air, has GA available. You should note that the Mercy's not killable. You should be going for the Sojourn. Instead, you go for nobody. Now you're stuck in the middle. You look for the Sojourn at least. Okay, good. Yep, we're zapping. This is fine. You reload. You come back up for the Mercy. Alright, melee here. Okay, fine. You get punched out. Okay, no big deal. So, Mercy's still vulnerable. Sojourn vulnerable, right? Either one of these is fine. Zap, zap, zap. Mercy goes. Great. Excellent. Jump. Oh, this is a bad jump, right? Bad mechanics. Are you going to blame your team for this? You're definitely trying to follow the Mercy here, right? This should be look up. You just land up. I don't need to explain how you do this, right? You know how to do the jump. This is clearly a misplay to not land on top of the Mercy, because you should be up here with the Mercy and getting the kill. Fortunately, I think your Genji's going to clean it up. Genji and Moira are going to clean it up for you. You zap the Sojourn. She gets away. Reload. That's fine. Punches out of play. Now, you jump in. But is this the right call? Because think about this. There are 2 dead right now. Symmetra, we killed earlier, who's now a Mei, and Mercy died. I don't think anyone in your team has died, so this is or your Widow died before the fight began, but your Widow should be back, so this is going to be a 5-on-3 situation. Do I need to play fast right now, or do we need to play slow? Just play slow. As long as you get healed up, you're good here, okay? You have 288, you're going to have jump, but you're not going to bubble for 10 seconds. Just chill. Your team is here with you, right? Moira's here, right? Lucio is here, and then this is your Genji here. Like, you and the Genji just need healing. Just play slow for like 2, 3, 4 seconds, get healed, and then go in. And then the fight's over. Is that what you do? No. At 180 health, you jump in. You should die like instantly right now. I'm going to note you're going to zap, 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 and the Sojourn gets away from you, by the way. You're not even jumping on her. This should be a land right here. On her, max 50 damage plus the melee, and then you zap the finish. But you see how you land short? These are the mechanical differences between you and even low masters, right? Masters players don't make these level of mechanical mistakes if your goal here was to kill the Sojourn, which I think this is the wrong call to go right now anyway. I think you should have just waited. But if you're going to do this, you might as well actually do it correctly. So notice that she gets out of range right now, and thus you cannot confirm this kill. You're at 91 health, you should die here. You are unbelievably lucky here that neither one of them are going to kill you. She has to reload, it gets pulled away, and the Mei decides to continually left-click you instead of just right-clicking you once in the face. Like, what is this aim? What? Like, I know this is console, but this is, like, actually nuts that she can't kill you in this situation. Okay, Icicle? The spray, she's, like, hitting 10% of the spray right now. What is this? She's not even aiming! So you're going to live here due to just complete incompetence by the opposing team. Like, you drop so low. Like, 32 health. And then you jump up, and then you hit the sign, and then you land, and then the soldier should kill you right now. Just one zap, one railgun kills you right now. She doesn't need to reload, just railgun you. How do you lose these games? Right? Like, if you think you're so good, that both DPS and the opposing team are like terrible. It's like actually crazy to me that you could not die in the situation where you have 30 health, standing in the middle of the point with no jump and no bubble, and somehow neither one of these heroes kills you, or the Mercy, or well, Mercy's not here yet, or the Lifeweaver, right? Like literally anybody tags you here and you die. This does not look like a top tier player, right? If you think, oh, I'm so good, right? Blah blah blah. My teammates are holding me back. I like to point out that you jumped here without bubble, without healing, with your supports with you, and then you jumped out and then hit the sign. Right? This is not top tier play. This is not top 5% level play. This is just some pretty goofy stuff that you're gonna get away with because this is Diamond. All right, so you're healing back up. Okay, this is fine. So you're gonna see the Mei coming up. You reload with 35 ammo. Right? This is an intense moment, okay? Like, this, they definitely turn this fight. You have 36 ammo right here, 35 ammo. You need to zap people, right? Zap the Mei here, or like jump in if you want to, right? Go after the soldier. You got a lot of options right now. Reloading is the worst possible option right now. You have to apply pressure. Ideally, even force Mei to block here would be great. Takes the pressure off your supports. But now you're reloaded. Okay, fine. If you're gonna reload here, now you 100% need to leave the Mei and go after the backline, right? This should be going after the soldier and the Lifeweaver right away. Is that what you do? No. You go after the Mei, who is incredibly tanky, right? I don't know why she doesn't have block right now. Did you see that she doesn't have block? Oh, she blocked right now. Okay, great. So if you knew that, let's actually reverse this, okay? Let's see that we knew that she has block. If we knew she has block, then you kill her here, right? Zap, 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 right? I turn, I zap this way, and then I get a little bit of space, about 5 meters, and I short jump and I kill her instantly. That's what you should do right now. If your read here was the Mei is actually vulnerable, you should have got in and killed her. But you're way too late on this. Let's look at how long you're holding jump. 2, 1. Okay, great. You've jumped right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds go by when your jump is available before you pop it. Jump is like one of your best available. I mean, frankly, your only available burst option. It's just not good play. Right? You're just not playing Winston anywhere close to optimally, right? If your read there was, okay, Mei use ice block, I can kill her, you're certainly not acting like it, you're just zapping people to zap people. With tree up, there's almost no way that you can kill anybody right now unless you isolate them. Whoever Lifeweaver here is a good call, force them back to low ground. All right, zap, 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 that's fine. Bubble's fine, but there's not a lot you can do at this point, so you just jump and get out. Yeah, especially with overclock. So you're gonna sort of get out here, you probably should have bubbled, but this is like an okay stagger. Like, I understand it's not great. You honestly should have just died, but it's not going to make a big difference, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So, Soldier potentially available. All right, you're going to drop. I don't know that this jump feels so good. I feel like you're going after the Soldier, who I already feel like she would have gone around the corner, but it's still okay. I mean, land on the Mei right now. So you failed to airstrafe to land on the Mei, which you definitely could have, right? You have a tremendous amount of control while you're in the air. Like, you can do basically 90-degree jumps, right? You can jump, like, around here if you want to. It's not particularly hard. So you should have landed on the Mei right there. So this bubble gets forced out, and this jump does nothing. So you just wasted both of your abilities. I mean, luckily, they're going to retreat anyway. Your Moira gets a kill. Genji pops Blade. You try to go in. And, again, with the mechanics, you're going to hit the sign. So this sign is not something that you can pass through, and you collide into this instead of landing all the way back here, right? Another option would have been to jump this way and then land over there. But now you've landed short, which means you get stuck in no man's land, and you have no impact here. Your Genji's dead, and unfortunate. You charge a right click here, and then I think you just cancel it because I don't see a fire animation, so you should have shot that right there, right? Get the Mercy low, but with Valk, there's almost no chance you can actually kill him. Yep. Doom's killable. Nope, not even. Alright, so let's look at what happens here. So Mercy's unkillable. She's going after Lifeweaver, or staying with the Lifeweaver. So I kind of understand. I think pressuring Lifeweaver here is still the right call. But Doom is purple, stuck in backline. I get zapping him here. I think this is okay. I would stop zapping him once he pops block. So why am I popping Primal right here? Well, let's think about this. Who's alive right now? There's the Doomfist, who's pretty low, but he's still blocking. You have the Lifeweaver here, and then you have the Mercy, who's going to be in the sky. Yeah. So you're definitely not killing the Mercy. I don't care if you, like, even if you're GM Winston, you're not killing a Valkyrie Mercy. That's not gonna happen. The Lifeweaver maybe you can kill, but if Mercy pockets him, he's not gonna die. The Doom could die here, but the thing is, Primal's not gonna change whether or not you get this kill or not anyway, right? Like, you could easily just do this without Primal. You know, you just like wait here, right? I just reload, and then I jump in behind them. But I think you're trying to flip him back towards your team, which I like understand. It's actually reasonably good juggling mechanics right there, but you failed to get the kill. And the problem is that was like the reason why I don't recommend this. I think this was not a high percentage play. Like there is a possibility that you could turn this into a kill. I just think it's mechanically very difficult and requires a lot of things to go right for you, and you just don't get that. And as a result, this, by the way, should be a kill right now. You just back up against it and then prevent it from getting out. You're going to miss this swing. I'm going to slow it down. So you're going to pop her in. Right? Definitely a possible kill opportunity. So you missed that one. You need to aim higher to get that last hit. But that would have popped her up into the ceiling and then prevented that jump, and then you could have gotten the kill. So then you missed that one. And at the end of the day, you pop Primal and you got nothing done with it. Didn't get a kill. So that's really bad, right? That's not what you're looking for out of Primal Rage. I think the mechanics themselves were like decent, right? Better than a lot of Diamond players that I've seen, but the timing wasn't quite right. I think you could have just waited this out, waited for like put point pressure on, right? Waited for the regroup, waited for Valk to end, and then try to do something. But at this moment in time, or at the moment in time you popped it, not great value. So May's coming up here. So she's going to block. You should have known she's going to block because you never saw her use block, right? So she's going to block here no matter what. So I'm not wasting jump here, right? I'm just zapping to force block, and then I'm going to go after the Lightweaver, for example. So this is a wasted jump. And this is actually devastating that you missed this jump because that completely removes your ability to apply pressure to someone else. Mercy, okay target, but the problem is you don't really have enough to get her right now. See, she's like too far back. Now you're forced to jump this way when you should have jumped towards the Lifeweaver and applied pressure to the supports. Jumping this way like guarantees you lose the fight because now there's no pressure from you for the next 4 to 6 seconds. See? Like this is a fight. Like you basically have given up the fight once you did that. Alright. You switch to Roadhog. I'm not even going to look at the Roadhog part because you're just straight throwing. Like you don't look nearly as good at Roadhog as you do as Winston, and your team gets picked apart around you and you have like no presence. So whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. So that's the Winston section, which is most of what we're going to focus on. So on Numbani defense, Numbani first point defense, notably one of the points in the game with the most amount of important high ground, because Numbani requires you to control top left and top right to capture the point. You pick a hero that has no ability to challenge high ground. And because this is Diamond, you're going to get away with this for a while because you just stand main and they decide to also go main. Instead of just taking top right, like if they just take top right here, like the Sojourn does, what do you do about this? Right? So they're just kind of throwing right now, but you're gonna sit down here, and for some reason you guys don't just lose this completely. I think your Widow's gonna pop off and get some kills here, but you personally as a tank do very little on defense. Sojourn gets another kill, right? Sojourn's still up there. Pharah drops into your face. Like this is your competition. A Pharah who literally is walking on the. Okay, let's watch this. This Pharah just falls out of the sky at point blank next to you while continuing to miss this Moira despite having both concussive and boosters available. This is your competition. These are the players that you are losing to. Every game you lose, these players get MMR. So, like, you really need to talk less shit about, like, the other players in the game, because if you can't win when the enemy DPS are this level of bad, you have no one to blame but yourself. Right? That Pharah just gave herself up like instantly, and yet you still can't win this game. And it's not even like you're doing a lot. It's not like you're getting a ton of kills. You're literally doing nothing right now. Like let's watch this engage. All right. First of all, the Pharah is dead right now, but so this is already a 4 and 5. What are you doing right now? Did you do anything to stop your Ashe from dying? Are you applying any pressure to the team? No. You're just sitting here spamming from low ground. Throwing a rock, it's not doing anything. You shield off a Doomfist who's not looking at you. I was going to point out that, first of all, Seismic Slam and Punch can both go through the shield. It's not like it stops him from moving. Only his hand cannon works. He's not wasting his hand cannon shooting at you 10 meters away. The tank. This is a garbage shield. Alright, now you try to attack him. You're missing your shots. You decide you just gave up on him. Okay, fine. You're gonna start again. Notice that like your other teammates are popping off, getting kills right now. The DPS, the Pharah, has switched to Reaper, dies instantly. You're shooting the Doomfist, who's blocking for some reason. I don't know if you know how Doomfist's block works, but you shouldn't do that. All right, tree gets popped. You're still not doing anything. You're just shooting a tree, which is 1,000 health, and you're not gonna kill it anytime soon. Okay, once again, this Reaper has no clue what the heck he's doing. Okay, you killed the Reaper, again, who has no idea what the heck he is doing. Oh man, he killed the Widow. Alright, so your team has popped off. You got that one kill against the Reaper, who was super low and somehow used Wraith already, that you didn't force, but okay, great. You're continuing to stand on low ground, instead of playing top right, which is where you should be, right? You play top right, you shut this down, you confirm, hey, they're not going to be here, great, I can fight main. If I need to, I'll drop point. But you should play top right as default if you're going to play Sigma on this point. But I would not recommend playing Sigma on this point. I think Winston's way better. You're once again shooting a Doom who's blocking. Okay, if you don't know, Doom's block, if he takes 100 damage, charges his next punch to do a lot more damage, and it goes farther, and it stuns. So, and it's like instant. So, don't shoot Doom while he's blocking. I feel like this is like a level of play where I need to like tell you how like basic mechanics work. All right, good shots against the Sojourn. Yep, she dies. Okay, good. This is helpful. This is like actual value you did. Once again, you're struggling with trying to do anything about dive, which makes sense. I mean, dive is really, really strong against Sigma. It's his biggest weakness by far. All right, good. Yeah, good double shot on Moira. I'm trying to finish Moira. Good. Yep, good. Okay, I like this. All right, trying to force the Mercy. Okay, she's Valking. Okay, cool. That's fine. Doom gets this. That's fine. Who cares about this? All right, great. So, 1 minute 8 seconds. Okay, maybe we can full hold here, right? This is a winning scenario because you got half of the point. So this is a win or lose. So again, sitting main instead of going top right, which is already bad, but fine because nobody here knows how to play the game. All right, waiting, spamming a little bit. You look at the Reaper. So Sojourn has snuck up behind you, your team somehow. How did this happen? Did she just crouch walks? What the hell is this? Okay. Okay, so I don't know if you're wearing a headset, but if you're wearing a headset, you would hear the Sojourn, the footsteps on your right, and if you didn't hear that, you definitely would hear the slide. So once this goes off, I'd be like, wait, and I'd ping the Sojourn, and I'd spam her on the way in. Nobody in your team is ping. Oh my god. See, people always say like, oh, console players are just as good as PC players, and I like generally try to stay out of this. Like I mentioned, like I think that PC players are better. I find it really difficult that people can watch this game and think that Diamond 1 console players are as good as PC Diamond 1 players. Because stuff like this would never happen on PC. This is like truly ludicrous. It's not even like she crouched walked the whole way or she came from coast. I would get that. She goes through underneath, she's running full speed the whole time, and then slides out, which makes a very distinctive sound, and nobody sees her. Alright, well, that Sojourn's gonna go up and she's gonna kill your Widow. So you hit the Moira, but the problem is the Moira hasn't faded yet. So if she hasn't faded, you can't use Rock, right? Just hit her with orbs first, wait until Fade goes off, then Rock and kill her after the Fade. That was a waste of Rock in a moment where you really need that Rock, right? Rock right now would be huge. But you're popping Grasp here, I think gets forced. Yeah, I don't know why you're popping Grasp right now. This is a mistake. You cancel it. Reaper's still on you. Rock would have been so useful at any moment in time here. You pop Flux to try to save this fight. Okay, great. Winnable situation. 1, 2, 3. You've lifted 3 people. Okay? Big Flux. Okay? Definitely can win. Take your time. Hit the Mercy first. Hit the Soldier in second. Then kill the Reaper. Right? Because when you come back down, you put shield, you're fine. Just take it slow. Take it real slow. Easy clutch here. Okay, you missed those 2. Okay, at least kill the Mercy right now. Attack the Mercy. Attack the Mercy. Mercy must die. You attack the Reaper. Okay, now you Rock. You hit the Reaper. Okay, fine. Kill the Reaper at least. You somehow fluxed 3 people and killed none of them. At point blank. This is what always astonishes me. People love blaming their teammates. People love blaming their teammates. If I was your teammate, right, watching, and I was dead, watching you flux 3 people, and then fail, completely whiff on this one, right, then whiff on the down attack right here, then successfully rock the Reaper, who I think has Wraith form, so he should not get rocked to this, but fine. You rock him, you could kill the Reaper right now, and then not even try to kill the Reaper. I would literally want to quit the game. If this was PC, I would avoid you right away. Because how can I win with a tank who has like the easiest setup here to kill at least, like, that should be like 2 kills easily, like not even like a high skill thing, right? That's like a straightforward double kill right there with, like, it takes almost no skill to do so. There's floating in the air. Like, it can't dodge. You had the chance to kill 3 and you got 0. How can your team win if you can't kill people in the easiest situations? So yeah, there we go. And at this point, you have like no chance of winning, right? And there's 5 people, and you're not hitting your shots, and you're panicking. Like, I can feel the panic right now. Like, look at this. So you have the opportunity to kill Sojourn, who's just jumping right here in against the wall. Okay, just finish the kill on the Sojourn. Okay, fine, whatever. I mean, I think you still need to finish the kill against the Sojourn, but do something here. You pop Grasp, despite the fact that you have 510 health. You actually have 2 supports who are double pocketing you right now. That's why you're not dying. For you to use Grasp right now is throwing. Because you have all the heals, all the resources right now to stay alive, to get kills, but instead you try to keep yourself more alive? Like, what is your plan here to try to win? Like, your supports are going to die eventually, which they do, obviously, and now you're going to completely run over. So, the Sojourn who was sitting in the corner the whole time, right? Oh man, yeah, like, and this is the game. So, recapping. On Winston, who I think you're significantly better at than Roadhog and Sigma, on Winston, I think you generally have the right reaction speed, you generally know what you're doing, but you don't have the... I think your bubbles are bad, 1. I think most of your bubbles have little to no value, number 1. Number 2 is I don't think you recognize good enough opportunities where you can really commit and get kills. Like, I don't think you see that. And number 3, I think your Primal Rage mechanics are like generally pretty good, but you put yourself in very difficult positions, like that one Primal Rage, to try to win the fight. Again, I don't think that was an easy situation to get a kill in versus waiting a little later for better opportunities later in the fight, and I don't think you need to force that versus just sitting back, getting healing, and then going back into the fight. Because it was a 5-on-3 situation, right? Like, you didn't need to force it at that moment in time to try to get the kill. I'm not even going to cover Roadhog because we didn't talk about it. On Sigma, I wouldn't play Sigma on Numbani first point. I wouldn't play Sigma in general on points that have a strong high ground, especially on defense. And on Sigma, I think your mechanics in general are poor, right? I think your rocks are bad. I think your shields are bad. I think your grasps were bad. I think your flux was good, but you couldn't kill anybody with the flux, despite it being a fairly easy kill. Like sequence of kills. That was actually like a great opportunity for Flux that could have turned around like an outnumbered fight, and you just couldn't convert any of them. So yeah, your Sigma looks like you're straight throwing the game. Like, I was literally seeing me, I'm like, this doesn't feel like you are playing at the same level as your Winston. So, long story short, stop blaming your teammates, right? Like, watch this video and think, hey, instead of focusing on what my teammates are doing, just focus on what I'm doing, like all the mistakes I'm making, because you're making so many of them that, like, you don't need to spend time thinking about anybody else. Just focus on your own play. There's so many things you could do better here to win the game. Like, not even just a little bit, like, to clearly, like, win fights, which will lead to winning games that you're just, like, throwing away constantly. All right, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully it's helpful.